G'day crafters, Louise here. Come along with me as I prep a 3 old 3 new scrapbook layout video. Okay, maybe we start with paper. Let's have a bit of a look. 100 pattern paper challenge. Alright, some old BB cardstock. Piece of wood grain. Alphas from the old stash. And something that hasn't been used for a while. Washi tape. Great big pile of rub-ons. Alright, old. Let's have a look for something new, which is more challenging because I haven't bought any new supplies for a little while. What's the newest items in my stash? I have this sheet of stickers. Curiosities in Willow Grove, Vicky Booten, 49 Market. It is new technically because it has nothing removed from it. What else is new in my stash? If I'm going to use rub-ons, I don't have a photo chosen. Alright, I might have to go back to the drawing board for new. Alright, I found some more new. Here is a box of goodies that I like to keep close at hand. Bruce Monroe, and again, a brand new packet of rub-ons. All right, let's see what we can make. Alright, Scrappy peeps, come along with me now as we turn this into a layout. So this was a very off-the-cuff page. I am trying to add more content of the sort of behind the scenes in the scrapping process. So that's why I showed you that initial planning of the choosing of the products. And so with that in mind, I really sort of have no other ideas. I'm going to go with some standard kind of techniques that I use, which is the circle background. And I'm going to distress the edges of my mounted photo. Now, obviously I chose a whole bunch of rub-ons, and so rub-ons are going to make a big feature in this particular page. So seeing that I've got this pre-made Vicky Booten background, I am going to try and coordinate some different colours within that sort of rub-ons collection that I've got. Now, these rub-ons have obviously been in my stash for far too long because they are not going on easily at all. It's taking quite a lot of pressure, and that's the kind of thing that I really don't like. So the 49 Market ones definitely go on a lot smoother. I had to cut out quite a bit of this process just because it does take up a lot of time, and I'm sure once you've sort of seen me add a few rub-ons here and there, you can get the general gist of where things are going to go. But as you can see, I'm sort of just picking and choosing some different elements, bit of a heavy focus on butterflies. I also wanted to try and include as many of those sort of text-based rub-ons because I seem to have heaps of those that I've very rarely used. So yeah, really just stash busting a few little elements, and as you can see, I have cropped quite a bit of this video out. Yeah, it just I wanted to keep it fairly short since we'd already introduced this video with the process behind it. So, and I mean, you can go ahead and create your own background in any way that you choose. I mean, you could do this with stamping. I've done it before with pieces of ephemera and stickers, basically just taking a circle and filling that circle with whatever elements you deem suitable to use in your very own scrapbooking. So It's a nice simple background process, and I think it looks quite effective, especially later on as I start to get into the stitched element. So I'm going to use a chain stitch, and I'm going to add just some purple embroidery thread into that circle element. So mostly that will happen off camera. If you're not sure how to do a chain stitch, there are plenty of videos already available readily on YouTube. I know personally I'm teaching myself embroidery at the moment, and I can find most of the stitches I need. So have a little look at the close-up here, and then we'll move into the actual embellishing section where I'm going to use up some of these stickers. So that was one of my new items. The silver cardstock background. Now I actually bought that cardstock background. In the description it didn't actually have the size, so I was hoping that it was going to be 12 by 12, but no, it was actually 6 by 6, and so they are still in the new stash because I have not used them, and yes, I need to get them busted. So I think this turned out super cute. I really, I love that stitched chain border. I go back to stash because I needed a couple of florals to add to these leafy elements. I found some hearts from Vicky Bouton's Flower Emporium collection, and I've got plenty of ephemera left over from that, so it worked out well. Yeah, so this is a really fun stash busting 3 old 3 new layout to inspire you. Filling in that background with whatever you desire. Adding lots of embellishments. You can add a stitched circle and lay your photo over the top. These are, of course, my pups. Mama, her name is Zara, and this is her son in front. It's J-Dog. So I don't know if anybody has seen the YouTube video, but there is a funny little kid that says, "Can I pet that dog?" And that's what I'm going to title my page. Once I've stuck all that down, I've got a couple more of those hearts off to the side that I'm just going to mount up on some foam. But that's my 3 old 3 new share for you today. I hope you enjoyed this additional process in terms of how I come up with what I'm going to use. And if you do like that, let me know so I can create more content like this. All right, as always, happy scrapping. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, please leave a comment or think about subscribing if you haven't already.